Hello YouTube, I am Matt Video Productions, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. It has been quite some time since I have made a video actually, and I'm sorry for that, I apologize. Things have been quite crazy around my life lately, but things are going to be moving forward here for the channel. I just built a brand new PC, so that was a big part of the hold up, among other things. But anyways, as you guys can see, today we are in Minecraft, and you might notice that there's some very cool lighting effects going on, and a lot of you probably know that this is Minecraft RTX. On the Bedrock version of Minecraft, as you can see, this pig has all sorts of lighting effects on him. Blue light from the sky, and red light cascading upon him from this lava here. And if we look on these clouds, we can see some of this red light from the lava is actually casting on the clouds as well, and that is the whole thing of Minecraft RTX, or ray traced lighting in general for video games. All the lighting is procedurally generated. In basic terms, the light that's coming off of this is really generated in the graphics card and is bouncing off into my Steve eyeballs. So as we know, this ray traced lighting for Minecraft is created by none other than Nvidia and Mojang themselves. So this is official Minecraft ray tracing, and it's only for the Bedrock version. However, there has been a traced lighting shaders made by Sonic Ether for a Java version of Minecraft. So today we're going to be comparing official Minecraft RTX lighting versus Sonic Ether's path traced lighting for Java. So very similar concepts. And the thing about Sonic Ether's lighting is that it does not require an RTX GPU. It actually doesn't use RTX. It uses path tracing, which is like RTX but just a little bit slower. Yeah, anyways, as we can see in Minecraft RTX, all the lighting is kind of random looking, like, oh, there's just this weird random blob of light here, but of course that blob of light actually has a real source because this is all done dynamically, and thus subconsciously this lighting feels extremely realistic. It's very, very detailed. See, everything's got its perfect little shadow, and all the colors that bounce off this green also bounce off the trees with green light, and it's really just extremely detailed. And that's sort of the advantage of having those tensor cores on RTX graphics cards, is that they are able to process all this lighting extremely fast. Whereas if you tried to do this lighting with non-tensor cores, you would definitely struggle, and it would be a lot slower, which we're going to see later with Sonic Ether's shaders. Since this is like official Mojang RTX, there are some downsides, of course. Sonic Ether can try different things out and newer things out. Whereas if we go to the water, for example, and there is a lot of water in Minecraft, we can see that there is just the normal sort of Minecraft water texture or water animation going on, and there are some ray traced reflections here of all the trees and stuff that's going on in Minecraft, and they look quite good. You'll notice there's actually some warping going on with the water as well, where you can see the water sort of distorts the light that goes into it, which I think is a really cool effect. However, again, as we'll see later, Sonic Ether's water looks absolutely insane, extremely realistic looking, but for the sake of being true to Minecraft the game, Mojang and Nvidia stuck with some very normal looking Minecraft water. Again, it doesn't look bad at all. But when we look at the tree lighting here, we can see it's just extremely detailed, with each little, hole in the leaf texture being visible down here. The detail in just the regular shadow lighting is absolutely just insane. It really just feels, it feels way too realistic, honestly. You can see here, if we fly over to this mountain, there's little shadows on each exact corner. And it's a high resolution sort of ray tracing, if you will, where there is a lot of lighting being emitted from the sun and being traced here on each block. And again, that's the benefit of the speed of using the tensor cores and real RTX lighting. You'll also notice something with Minecraft RTX official, is that when you look at certain blocks, they sort of have a shininess to them. You can see that the stone block sort of has like a realistic sheen to it, if you will. This is something we won't see with Sonic Ether's RTX, but it also looks a little bit strange, especially right here. Not sure what's up with that. We can actually see this further by placing a block of diamond, and this actually has some true reflections to it. As we can see, these are real reflections. There's this right here, and it's being reflected in the block, and once I break it, it disappears. So there are real reflections happening with this diamond block. Here's just another really good example of how good this lighting engine is. Alright, so now that we have a good grasp of the official Minecraft RTX lighting, let's hop into Sonic Ether's path traced lighting. here we are on SUSE PTGI, or essentially Minecraft Java with ray traced lighting. As you can see, the lighting actually gives off an extremely similar sort of vibe, if you will, with all the lighting being calculated in real time. And you'll also immediately notice that it does not run nearly as well, but it honestly is not too bad if you have a pretty beefy GPU. And again, you can run this on non-RTX GPUs as well. But you'll also notice that there is very specific path traced lighting as well. As you can see, there's just a hole over here with the sun slowly rising, and if we turn over here and look, there's some extremely specific lighting happening going on with just a random blob, but you're like, oh, that's where it came from, and it completely makes sense. And it still looks extremely good, honestly, in comparison to the Minecraft RTX, and it runs really well for what it is. But you'll notice that it doesn't really have the same amount of the shadows are all definitely path traced, but you'll notice that there isn't color being detected by what blocks are bouncing off. It doesn't really have the same feel as true RTX. And again, yeah, just look at that. That looks extremely good. So as we move around the world, definitely has a different feel to it, like we said earlier, and we'll notice the clouds look like real clouds, but with like a Minecraft hint to them. So they're still blocky, but they look like real clouds, which is, I think it looks really cool. But of course, Mojang aren't going to do something like that because it just doesn't fit the true Minecraft vibe or the vanilla Minecraft aesthetic, really. And again, if I go over to the water here, this water looks extremely realistic in comparison to the Minecraft RTX water, whereas it just looks like real water, really. That's the best way to describe it. You can't even see the water texture. And you'll notice there still are reflections, like real-time reflections. They aren't path-traced reflections, but if you see this building here is reflected in the water right there, if you can sort of see that. So those are just regular reflections. Those aren't ray-traced reflections, but good nonetheless. But you'll notice what Sonic Ether really nailed with these shaders is the actual lighting itself. Like, as you can see, we still have each and every little hole in the tree traced out with lighting here. And again, this is all dynamic lighting, so he really nailed that in comparison to regular RTX. The water, I personally think, looks better, but you can't really fault Mojang for doing their water in the way that they did. But it does run a lot worse, and I'll show you in a second what I mean by it being slower. The lighting is slower to update. Oh, and by the way, there's also no particles when you break blocks. So if we're in the world here and I build myself a little encased thing, no light from the outside should be able to get through into here. And when I close it, there's still a ton of light in here, and it slowly but surely will fade out of the little box here. If I break a new one, it immediately comes in, but it takes a long time for this light to dissipate. So the light moves very, very slowly, but still looks really, really good, to be fair. For non-RTX path trace or ray tracing lighting, it is really, really well done. I mean, look at this lighting right here. This just shows you how well done this really is. Honestly, for Sonic Ether just being one dude, he's really done a great job here in comparison to whatever Mojang made. And I would honestly consider this a true alternative to ray trace lighting for Minecraft Java, even though it does not run that well at all in comparison to RTX. I could honestly see a lot of people believing that this looks a lot better than Mojang's RTX lighting. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I am at Video Productions. I hope you enjoyed this little comparison video. It was just kind of a little video to get myself back on track here. All of my tutorials will soon be updated for 2021. That's the next thing I'm going to work on. Those are probably going to start rolling out next month. So if you're looking for that new mods tutorial for 2021, diamond tutorial for 2021, all of those tutorials, those will be rolling out probably next month. But thank you everyone for watching. I'm at Video Productions, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.